Welcome back to the news, and we are kicking things off with some seriously nostalgic tunes. We are diving deep into the sounds of 1973 with three classic rock radio hits that have almost completely vanished from the airwaves. We're talking about Paul McCartney and his massive hit, My Love, a track from Red Rose Speedway that topped the Billboard Hot 100 and hit number 9 on the UK singles chart. You won't believe how this soft rock love song about Linda McCartney managed to climb those charts. And we're going to explore why it's been missing from your radio rotation for so long.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This ALEN 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we are shifting gears completely and heading out to the great outdoors with an incredible new resource for adventurers. Jordanelle State Park has just launched a brand new way for families to explore Utah's incredible public lands through their new Adventure Passport booklets. These journals feature activities like hiking and wildlife observation, and visitors can collect stamps and stickers to track their outdoor achievements. Find out where you can pick up these essential guides at the Rock Cliff Nature Center and start planning your next epic Utah adventure. Now, let's switch gears from nature to the intensity of college athletics. The focus is squarely on the IUP women's lacrosse team as they faced a tough challenge in their latest matchup. The Hawks looked to build momentum after a Wednesday win, but they ultimately fell to the undefeated Slippery Rock team with a final score of 17-7. We'll break down the game, looking at those crucial moments, including the incredible 7 goals scored in the second quarter that put them up a commanding lead. And finally, we are wrapping up with a look at some major musical decisions that changed the landscape of rock music forever. We are examining 3 classic rock albums where the artists themselves publicly turned their back on their work. We're talking about how Paul McCartney pushed back on the production of Let It Be, Nirvana distanced themselves from Nevermind, and Fleetwood Mac's time wasn't what the core lineup was aiming for. Don't miss this deep dive into the creative battles that defined some of rock's greatest eras. Stay with us for the rest of the show. A retrospective look at 3 significant classic rock radio hits from 1973 that have largely faded from the airwaves. The article highlights the enduring quality of these tracks despite their current obscurity on classic rock stations. First, Paul McCartney's My Love, a track from the Red Rose Speedway album, is featured. This soft rock love song about Linda McCartney reached the top of the Billboard Hot 100 and charted at number 9 in the UK. The piece notes that McCartney's extensive catalog means some hits have been overshadowed. Next, Elton John is spotlighted with Daniel from the Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player album. Written by Bernie Taupin after hearing a story about a Vietnam War veteran, the song was a success, peaking at number 2 on the Hot 100 and number 4 in the UK. The report expresses a desire for more contemporary airplay for this track. Finally, David Essex's Rock On is mentioned as a smash hit on international charts and a solid glam rock jam. Rock On reached number 5 in the US and number 3 in the UK, later finding a resurgence with a similar glam rock interpretation by Michael Damian in 1989, which topped the Hot 100. The author laments the lack of current rotation for these powerful 1973 classics on classic rock radio. HEBER Valley, Utah, a new initiative designed to boost outdoor exploration among families, has launched at Jordanelle State Park. Visitors can now obtain Utah State Park's Adventure Passport booklets at the Rock Cliff Nature Center, located within Townlift Park City on Jordanelle Reservoir. The program is specifically tailored for kids and families, offering a hands-on way to discover Utah's state parks and public lands through an engaging passport system. This system utilizes collectible stamps or stickers to track outdoor experiences. Each adventure journal features a dedicated page for every Utah state park, structured to encourage exploration, learning, and spending time in nature. Participants are challenged to complete various activities, including hiking, wildlife observation, learning camping skills, and completing environmental education tasks, which they then document with corresponding stamps or stickers. The Rock Cliff Nature Center at Jordanelle State Park is now a key distribution point where visitors can pick up these journals and immediately start their outdoor adventure. The adventure booklets are available during the Nature Center's regular operating hours, providing an accessible entry point for families looking to connect with the outdoors. The IUP women's lacrosse team suffered a significant defeat on Saturday, falling to Slippery Rock with a final score of 17-7. The loss came after the team had been looking to build momentum following a Wednesday victory against Edinboro. The game proved challenging for the Hawks, as Slippery Rock dominated the second half. After the first quarter, the score remained tied at 2-2, with goals scored by Lee Moyer and Mackenzie Haragos for IUP. However, Slippery Rock quickly took control, unleashing a barrage of 7 goals in the second quarter to establish a commanding 9-2 lead heading into halftime. The final result saw Slippery Rock maintain their advantage, winning the contest decisively. A recent analysis of classic rock music reveals 3 albums where the original artists publicly distanced themselves, suggesting a disconnect between the work and the artist's evolving perspectives or success. These instances highlight moments where creative direction, personal growth, or unexpected commercial success led musicians to reject their previous output. The first case involves the Beatles' Let It Be. Despite being a fan favorite, the final production was not what Paul McCartney envisioned. He desired a more stripped-back sound, leading to the release of the Naked Redux version. McCartney was so dissatisfied with the changes made by producers Alan Klein and Phil Spector that he sent a stern letter warning them against interfering with the album again. Nirvana's Nevermind exemplifies a shift in trajectory. The album propelled the band from counterculture icons to mainstream rock stars. However, Nirvana was not prepared for this level of success and subsequently distanced themselves from the record. Their follow-up material demonstrated a desire to move away from the image established by Nevermind. Fleetwood Mac's Time is another example. This album featured only the classic lineup of Mick Fleetwood, John McVie, and Christine McVie. While the band's success was largely driven by Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, the album itself is less widely discussed today, suggesting the group understood its limited mainstream impact. The decision to release it with a reduced lineup was a choice made by the core members.